Hi. Today, we will see how to create a horizontal stepper in a Flutter Android app. First, I will show you the output so that it will be easier to understand the code later. This is our horizontal stepper. Here we can see 3 steps, 1, 2, and 3. We have not written any title near these numbers, because the titles overflow beyond the screen width. This is a bug in the horizontal stepper of the Flutter framework. And they have not solved it yet. So we just write numbers as the title of the steps. Okay. In the first step, the user has to enter their email address and their password. And then click the Continue button to go to the next step. See, now we are on step number 2. The icon of step number 1 has changed to a tick. That means that step has been completed now. In step 2, the user must enter their home address and postcode. And click Continue to move to the next step. Or, he can press the back button and go back to the previous step. We do not have a back button on step number 1, because there is no step to go back to from here. Okay. Now, this is step number 3. Here, the user has to enter their mobile number and click Continue to finish the task. At the end, we show him a snack bar which says, Done. You may display a congratulatory message, move to the next screen, or call an API, whatever you prefer. Okay. Now let's see the code. This is the main.dart file. In the main function, we create an app called MyApp. This is the MyApp class that extends the stateless widget. Because of that, the state of all the things that we code in this class cannot be changed. Here, in the build function, we create a material app. Here we define the title, the theme, and the home page of this app. The home page is set to a class called MyHomePage. This is the MyHomePage class. This class extends the stateful widget. So, the state of all the things that we code in this can be changed later. Here, we create a state called _MyHomePage state. This is the _MyHomePage state class. Here we will design our app. First, we have 2 data variables. The current step variable is used to monitor the steps of the stepper. And the stepper type variable defines the direction of the stepper, which is horizontal. In the build function, we create a scaffold widget upon which we will build other widgets. The scaffold widget has 2 important attributes, the app bar attribute and the body attribute. In the app bar attribute, we create the toolbar of the app. In the body attribute, we will create the horizontal stepper. Here, first, we use a stepper widget. We define a bunch of attributes. Let's see them one by one. The type attribute is set to our stepper type variable, which is set to horizontal direction. The current step attribute is set to our current step variable, whose default value is 0. That means the very first step is the current step as of now. These 3 attributes are important. In the onStepChanged, we configure what happens when the user directly clicks a step. Here, we set the current step variable to the index number of the selected step. In the onStepContinue attribute, we call the continue step function. We will see that function later. In the onStepCancel attribute, we call the candle step function. We will see that function later. Now, in this step attribute, we design our 3 steps. This is the first step. We do not want to show the title, so this is how we manage that. The isActive attribute is true if the current step variable value is greater than or equal to 0, which means this particular step is either active right now or has already been passed. In the state attribute, we call the getStepState function. We will see that later. Now, in the content attribute, we actually design the UI of step number 1. Here, we create a column widget. And inside that, we create 2 text form fields. One for the email address and one for the password. Here, you can design the UI as you want. You may show a button, an image view, a video, or anything you want. So this is step number 1. Now, the code of steps 2 and 3 is similar. Let's see the UI of step 2 directly. Here, in a column widget, we create 2 form fields. One for the home address, and one for the postcode. And this is the UI of step number 3. Here, we create a text form field for the mobile number. Now, this is the continue step function that we are calling when the user presses the continue button. Here, we check if the current step is the last step or not. If not, then we just increment the current step variable. Otherwise, if the current step is the last step, then we show a done snack bar. This is the cancel step function. We call this function when the user clicks the back button. Here, we just decrement the current step variable. And this is the get step state function. Here, depending upon the value of the current step variable, we decide if the current step has already been completed or is still active. Now, where is the code of the continue and the back button? It is here, in the controls builder attribute. Here in a row widget, we create 2 text buttons. The first text button is for the continue button. When this button is clicked, we move to the next step. And this text button is for the back button. When this button is clicked, we move back to the previous step. But here, using this if condition, we make sure that the back button is not present on the very first step. So, that's the entire code of the horizontal stepper in the Flutter Android app. The link to download this code is given in the description box under this video. Thanks for watching.